Video by Yumaske's Library. Is Zoro's dream meaningless? Swordsmanship versus hockey. We're finally shutting down agenda piece. Mihawk is stronger than Shanks. Shanks is not a hockey man.
I think I have the perfect analogy. Zoro is a character who wants to be the greatest boxer. What does it mean to be the greatest boxer? Well, if you can beat every other boxer...
Here's the thing. I get why Shanks fans say that Shanks is stronger due to like narrative and stuff. But that doesn't make sense because then that means that Zoro would have to defeat Shanks and not Mihawk.
In the boxing ring, you're the greatest boxer. Your record is what matters, regardless of how you get there. But then things get complicated. Zoro moves to UFC, where he can use other fighting styles that include kicks and grapples. Things that...
It's the same way that Prime Whitebeard was stronger than Prime Roger, which is why Prime Whitebeard had the title World's Strongest Man.
...are not part of boxing. There's a top dog, Mihawk, who has the title of greatest boxer in the octagon, but he also uses kicks and grapples. So what does that title mean? What percent of his style and victories would have to be boxing to count as the greatest boxer? If he grapples more than he strikes, can he still be counted as the best boxer? Why does it even matter if boxing is part of his style?
This isn't even, bro, it's not even a debate because Oda confirmed Shanks to be a swordsman, and Mihawk is the strongest swordsman.
Zoro believes that beating Mihawk will make him the best boxer in UFC. But what value does the title of greatest boxer hold when both of them fight with more than boxing? If they were in the boxing ring and Mihawk was the greatest, beating him would obviously make Zoro the greatest boxer. But you can only win with boxing in the ring. But in the octagon, it's blurry. Normally I wouldn't care about this nitpicking, but Zoro's the second main character, and this is the goal that is the core focus of his character.
Bro, if Shanks was stronger, that literally defeats the entire purpose of Zoro's dream.
This is a plot point that had been built up since his introduction, and he's my favorite character in the story, so having a clear definition is important. If you didn't get it, swordsmanship is boxing. Kicks and grapples are hockey, devil fruits, and everything outside of swordsmanship. But this analogy hides how bad it really is. In
The fact videos like this even need to be made is just so sad, bro. Like, Shanks fans are insane.
UFC, other styles like Taekwondo and BJJ aren't objectively superior to boxing. People mix and match. But in One Piece, hockey is clearly superior to swordsmanship, which is why every top-level character uses it.
The thing is, like, I completely get why people hype up Shanks and why people want to say Shanks is stronger than Mihawk, but you're just ignoring the overarching narrative, bro. Because why is Zoro trying to defeat Mihawk? Then he would have to fight Shanks then.
Megalobox is an anime where characters box with exoskeletons. You could argue that the quality of the exo is more important than the boxing, and that, in most cases, the boxer with the better tech wins. If Zoro and Mihawk both rely on exoskeletons more than boxing, then their titles as the greatest boxers are diminished because exos are not part of regular boxing. I could say the same for devil fruits, but it depends on the specific fruit. However, if that fruit is awakened, it's almost a guarantee that it's better than swordsmanship on average. In conclusion, if Zoro wanted to be the greatest boxer and stayed in the ring, what it means to be the greatest boxer would be easily defined. But since he moved to the octagon, where even the greatest boxer in UFC uses more than just boxing, what it means to be the greatest boxer is confusing. Obviously, Oda is communicating that Zoro beating Mihawk, the current greatest boxer, will make him the greatest boxer. But since this plot point is so integral to Zoro's story, I can't help but look at the finer details and see the issues.
Yeah, so literally, why would Shanks be stronger? Like, why would... Shanks is confirmed to be a swordsman. Oda confirmed it.
There are two solutions, simple and magical. I'll start with simple. Every time UFC fighters who consider themselves boxers fight, they agree to only use boxing. That way, the one who wins is the greatest boxer. If every time Zoro and Mihawk fought a swordsman, they didn't use hockey, only swordsmanship, then the word greatest swordsman would still mean something. The magical solution would be to create a magic system reserved for only swordsmen. Let's call it Sword Spirit. It could have unbalanced power levels just like hockey, but your ability to use it is directly tied to your skill as a swordsman. No matter how strong or naturally talented Luffy is, he can't pick up a sword and start using Sword Spirit. It's exclusive. This would allow for the use of simple power levels while maintaining the importance and value of swordsmanship.
Bro, the hockey man stuff is just crazy. People say Shanks is a hockey man. Like, do you guys not think that Mihawk uses hockey as well? Oh, that's the end of it. Alright. You know what? Good video, but it's just sad that videos like this even have to be made because it's so clear if you actually watch One Piece why Mihawk is stronger. It's so clear.